skill that we learned last week? I'm going to give everybody a minute to think, or maybe 30 seconds. What did we learn last week in grammar?
Use private.
Wyatt?
Noun.
A noun. You are right. Wyatt, would you go flip up? Thank you for being ready and for participating. We did learn about nouns. Now, we have learned that there are words that are nouns, and they are people, places, things, and animals. So those are 4 kinds of nouns. Now this week we're going to continue learning about nouns, but we're going to learn about a special kind of nouns. These nouns are called singular, and they're called plural. So I just want to review what does singular mean and what does plural mean.
Nouns are the names of people, places, things, and events. Now, let's learn how to identify singular and plural nouns. Singular nouns are nouns that are just one in quantity.
1,
One donut is singular. One dog is singular. One person is singular. One book, one bird, one pencil, one cookie. Anything that is just one in quantity is singular. But what if there are more than one? Nouns that are 2 or more are called plural nouns. 2 donuts are plural, also 3, 4, 5, and 6 donuts. 2 or more dogs are plural. 2 or more people are plural. 2 or more books, pencils, and cookies are all plural. Simple, yes? 1 is singular, more than 1 is plural. It's quiz time!
Okay, so we're going to skip the quiz because it kind of goes really slow, and I think you guys understand singular and plural. So if you have something that's singular, that means there's 1. Okay? If you have something that's plural, that means that there's 1, or I should say more than 1. So there's at least 2. Okay? Riley, we're not working on spelling now. Okay? Now, we're going to learn, and we're going to review these rules that we learned, not last week in reading and phonics, but the week before. So here is our first rule. The plural of a noun is usually made by adding an S to the singular. So do you guys remember this snake poster that I made a couple weeks ago? So most of the time, usually you just add an S to make it plural. So for example, day. If I want to make that plural to days, I just add an S. If I have dog, if I want to make it more than 1 dog, to dogs, I just add a S. If I have the word cart, like a go-kart, if I want to make it carts, plural, I just add a S. Good job. Now, here's our second rule. Now, this happens sometimes. Nouns ending in O, S, C, H, S, H, S, S, or X, in order to make them plural, you have to add an ES. So let's look at some examples. For example, tomato. To make it tomatoes, I have to add a
S.
Yes. Oh, that almost tricked you guys. Tomatoes. Okay? If I have the word church, it ends in a CH. I have to add a ES. Good job. If I have the word brush, yes, for brushes. Good job. If I have the word kiss, yes, to make it kisses. Good job. And if I have the word box, we have to add a ES to make it boxes.
Boxes in a box.
Yep. All right, now, this is the hard rule. And this one doesn't happen very often. It's only if the word or the noun ends in a Y. And if it ends in a Y, Well, and there has to be a consonant like that follows it to make it plural. Then we need to drop the Y and add I-E-S. Is that what you said, Carson? Good job. I. So that we just have to change that Y to an I. So for example, if I have the word baby, I have to drop the Y to I and add I-E-S. Good job. Baby. Or if I have the word country,
I-E-S.
drop the Y to I and add E-S. Or I-E-S. Good job. Country. There's a baby. Good job. I think this is the last one.
It's fun.
Let's get this one. Oh, wait. Now here's the tricky one.
S.
This is tricky. And I know you guys might not get this, but what do you notice about the word boy? It ends in a Y, but it doesn't have a consonant. What does it have right there? A vowel. Now, if Mrs. Murphy were to take the word boy, let me write it right here on the board, B-O-Y, and I drop the Y
And add
and add
the S.
I-E-S,
I-E-S.
guess what happens?
Boys.
Boys. Boys. There are 3 vowels in a row.
I said
And
boys.
we can't do that. Because now this oi, this I makes the O say oi. Boys. Boys. And that's not what we want.
You want an S at the end.
Right. So, only can, if it ends in a Y, but there's a vowel before it, all we have to do is add an S. We can't drop it.
That would be boys.
Because if we drop it, then it's going to be 3 vowels in a row.
I found something in
And we
my hat.
normally never, ever have 3 vowels in a row. Usually never. There is one word though. In our spelling, in our English, that does have 3 vowels. Does anyone know what this word is?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Look how many vowels are in a row here.
A punch.
3. But that is the only word that I can think of in our English language that has 3 vowels in a row. Okay? So normally, if you have a Y with a vowel in front of it, don't drop it. Just add an S. Just like boy. Or donkey.
Don't. S.
There's a Y, but there's a vowel in front of it. So we just add a S. And then we have, that's it. Okay? So,
Okay.
all this speaking grammar, we're going to be talking about singular and plural nouns. Now, on your green grammar sheet, Mrs. Murphy had it up, but it must have X'd out. Let me pull it up real quickly. Now, that one was spelling. Make sure your name is at the top.
Grandma 1, Chucky 2.
I don't want that one either. Just a second.
It's 31. It's 31.
Yep, it's 31.
Look for 31.
Here it comes. All right. So we are on page 31. Let me just make sure Mrs. Murphy has the right page here. Yep. Okay. At the top, it says a singular noun names one person, one place, one thing, or one animal. A plural noun names more than one person, place, or thing. Now, normally we're just going to add an S to make the plural of most nouns. For example, I see 1 bird. I see 2 birds. We just add an S. Now down below here, we are going to make each underlined noun plural, and we're going to write it on the line. Okay? So on number 1, I want Raylan to read it, and we'll see how he can make it plural. Go ahead, Raylan.
The fox saw the grape in a tree.
Okay, so the fox saw the grape in a tree. So Raylan, how do we make it plural? To make it more than 1 grape.
Grape.
Yep, so we just add
S.
okay, come up here. So you guys write the word grapes on your paper, and we'll see if Raylan gets it right. Grapes. Yes. Yes.
A.
I'm gonna look in my hat. See what's inside. I'm gonna look what's
You
inside.
can
my
erase the
hat.
whole
entire thing. Hey, Biley.
Yep, she knows how to log in.
Mom,
It's just
I'm gonna look in my hat.
but yeah, if you want to raise your hand.
But she knows.
Yeah. Yep, you guys try, sorry about that.
No,
I put this on right today.
Might be the kids.
Okay, great.
Nothing
Good job. I know, it's tricky, it's hard to write up here. Okay, make sure you just add an S. Number 2, the fox took the step to reach them. Eli, stop this underline. How do we make it plural?
By adding an S.
Okay, come up here and do it. Steps. Just add an S. Because, here, Eli, you want the pen or just your finger? Okay, ends in a P, so we just have to add an S. So always look at the last letter before you make it plural. Step ends in a P, so we just add an S to make it steps. Good job, Eli, thank you. All right, number 3. The rabbit ate the carrot. Carrot ends in a T. How do we make it plural? Brooklyn? Put up your hand over there.
I need half again.
How do we make it plural? Carrots. What do we do, Brooklyn? Just add a S. Just add an S. Carrots. Number 4, the farmer found the golden egg. All right, egg ends in a G. How do we make it plural, Tyson? What do we do? What do we do, Tyson? Let's see if he gets it right. Good, eggs. Just add an S. Good job, Tyson. Number 5, the bird flew over the house. Bird ends in a D. How do we make it plural, Ingrid? What do we do on this one? Just add an S. Good, because it ends in a D, so we just have to add an S to make it birds. Honey, I think can you move that one up? You're off of the line. See what you did, Carson? Okay, the last one. The cat was afraid of the dog. How do we make dog plural? Riley, how do we make dog plural? What do you do? Dogs. Just add an S because it ends in a G. Excellent job. Okay, now, all this week we'll be practicing these rules on how to make our nouns plural. And I know they're tricky, but if we practice them all week, we should be able to get